Sup guys, this is Linthio coming at you with my second version 2 of my Evilswarm deck. Now this deck has been built after testing. As if you see the first build, you can check that out. I'll put a link below. Yeah, this is just what's come from my playing style from this deck. The changes are from that playing style, and basically, yes, that's about it. So it's a little bit of a faster build in my opinion, but yeah, so we'll go into it. So we've got the 3 vanillas. We got 3 Evilswarm Heliotrope. Heliotrope's amazing. 1/9, 50 beta, gets over Thunder King, gets over loads of things, and he's just generally big, which is really nice. So yeah, then we go on to 3 Caster. Caster's amazing. Basically, when his summon is successful, or when he's normal summoned even, sorry, you can normal summon another Evilswarm monster from your hand, so you can get that dead vanilla in your hands. You might not consider it dead, but it's normally one of the best things to go to. If you've got a caster and multiple ones in this, it's normally caster and that, depending on what you're playing, but 9 times out of 10, I think, or 8 times out of 10, you're probably going to be going for the vanilla. Do note, I will tell everyone again, in my previous video, do note, if someone effect veils this, Fiendish change this, doesn't matter. You can still get normal summon. The normal summon effect is a condition. They have to basically warning it or completely negate the summon. That's the only way they can stop it. So something to remember there, guys. Really, really useful. So then we got 3 new edition, 3 Mandragora. Basically, this card's amazing. I love this. It's much faster. You know, you can make so many more plays with it. Basically. And this is the important one. This is why I think this card's so good. If your opponent controls more monsters than you do, you can special summon this card from your hand. That's the important thing. More monsters. It's not if you control none. If your opponent controls more. If your opponent controls 1 and you don't, it's just it's like, oh, I've got 1 monster, you've got 2. Special summon. It's just really nice. And yeah, it just speeds up the deck a little bit more. Gets to your Orphean, gets to your XYZ plays. You can also Shotmaster really easily with this. So yeah, very nice at 3. I'm not going to cut it down currently because it's just good for defending as well. Special summon it and then you can just kind of sit there for a little bit. Then the other one is 3 Evilswarm Thunderbird. Thunderbird's amazing. If you don't know what it does, when an effect is activated, so that's monster, magic or trap, including yours or your opponent's, banish it, comes back in the standby phase, excuse me, with 300 extra attacks, so it goes to a 1950. Just quite difficult to beat our version of Wind Up Rabbit. Only problem is if someone just summons and beats, it's kind of a little bit annoying. But yeah, so still, it's amazing. Then going on to the Dino Rabbit bit, we got 2 rabbits. Because it's just really nice, and I've run 3 vanillas and 3 Sabersaurus. Kind of very standard, just access to Lagia and Dolka. Do play macro in this, so that's why. So yeah, just kind of very standard. It's all good. Nothing really much to say about that, because it's kind of your standard plays that you see. So I have cut Guiba, just because it's made way for the Mandragoras. Just because I just fell out of favour with Guiba. Guiba's a great card, but I prefer to go into the exceeding than the possible Lagia Dolka play. So yeah, that's basically the reason. And then to round off the monsters, we have the Tour Guide engine. 2 Tour Guides and Tour Bus. Really liking Tour Bus currently. I've said before that if I've already used Rabbit and there's another Heliotrope in deck, get Leviair, detach this, get back Rabbit, put a Heliotrope back in the deck, banish Rabbit again to go and get another Orphean or whatever you like. So that's why I really like it. Even with the macros, I just prefer it. So that's 20 monsters. Then going on to spells, we have 2 Infestation Pandemic, our Lance for everything without downside. Protects all face-up Evilswarm monsters on the field from magic and traps for the turn, with no downside really. So great card. Then the other one is Forbidden Lance. Forbidden Lance is just too good for aggressive and defensive. Sometimes a lot of people try and bait out the pandemic virus. So if they dark hole, you can it's completely up to you which you want to do. But it's just a great card. Forbidden Lance is one of the best cards of the format in my opinion, and that's why it's about 15 quid. And then we got 2 Forbidden Dress. Dress is just great, especially now there are more monster destruction effects coming around, and just destruction effects in general. You got your Mirror Forces and all that jazz, and you got your Atlanteans and Murmurs just going away, and then you got the E-Dragons with Blaster. Just really good to protect yourself. And yeah, that's kind of it. That's why I play for Bindress. Bindress is really good. Then we got 2 MST, back row hate, kind of standards. Wouldn't go to 3 in this deck. And then we got Trinity, which is Monster Reborn, Dark Hole, Heavy Storm. Standard. Don't really need to say much about that. If I need to explain that, then where have you been hiding all this time? And then we go on to the traps. Got 2 Macrocosmos. Macrocosmos is amazing. Works obviously well with Evilswarms, not really affected by it at all. Going this is very nice with these 2. So yeah, that's kind of it. That's Macrocosmos for you. Then we got the 2 Deep Risen. Standard, I'll run through these very quickly. 2 Bottomless. Bottomless is bottomless. Bottomless is just getting better and better, in my opinion. Not really good against the dragons. You know, the new dragons that are coming out. In my opinion, so that would be sided out, obviously. But yeah, so and then we've got the wands. We've got the 1 TT, the 1 Fiendish Chain, and the 1 Starlight Road. Reasoning for 1 and 1. Did have Fiendish Chain at 2, but it just got cloggy. Torrential Tribute's good because you can obviously use it with Pandemic Virus to protect yourself and just make your opponent nuke the field. But I really want to keep this deck at 40. I don't want to go any higher. So that's it. And Starlight Road's just basic support, really. So yeah, so that's the monster lineup. That's the trap lineup. Sorry. So basically, it's 20 monsters, 11 spell cards, and 9 traps. So quite nicely balanced in my opinion. So going on to the extra deck, slight changes as well. We've got Evilswarm, Orpheon. Orpheon is one of the best XYZ cards in the game, in my opinion. Just amazing. Can't really say much more about it, to be honest. It's just brutal having that out. You need to play it cleverly. You can't go first turn Orpheon because you don't know what the hell they're playing. And people who do that are just bad players. You can do that game 2, game 3, whatever you want, but it's just bad. And I've seen so many people just go first turn Orpheon and like search and then set a back row, and you're just like, okay, well that's obviously Pandemic Virus. They're just, when your opponent has 6 cards in hand on their first turn, good chance that they're going to be able to get over it. So yeah, the other 2 Evilswarm monsters are Evilswarm Bahamut and Evilswarm Nightmare. I'll talk about this in a sec. But Evilswarm Bahamut, basically ditch a card to take control of one of your opponent's monsters. So basically, it's our Change of Heart. And it's permanent, and this can attack and your opponent, and the other monster can attack. It's amazing. I just love it. It's just stupid, and yeah, very fun. Evilswarm Nightmare is really underrated in my opinion. This splits opinions quite a lot. Basically, if you don't know what its effect is, I'll read it out perfectly for you. When your opponent special summons a monster, you can detach 1 XYZ material from this card, change that special summon monster to face down defense position. So basically, summon it in defense. It's 1950 defense. It's not bad defense. And they, for example, they go rabbit, go into Sabersaurus, detach a material, and both of the monsters go face down. So you've prevented rabbit play. Yes, they don't get destroyed because they are now face down, but it still prevents, and it's good if you're in a tight spot as well. It's also very good if you've already got Orpheon out and you want a kind of bit more protection. Go into this, and it's very difficult to get over. So yeah, really like it. It works out really well, and it's just good for decks that just spam special summoning because you can stop them so much. So yeah, going on to the Dino Rabbit engine. 1 Lightyear, 1 Dolker. Obviously, because I've only got Sabersaurus now, they're the only access to my Lightyear and my Dolker. Yeah, I just excuse me. I just play these 2 because there's no point playing multiple copies. In my opinion, you might as well free up the extra deck space. So then going on to the other rank 4s, we got Shockmaster, we got Gay Cowboy, we got Abyss Dweller, and we got Maestroke. These are the ones that I'm playing, kind of a bit standard. Might play around with it a little bit more, but that's what I'm playing currently. Don't really need to talk about any of them, to be honest. When I get Ouroboros, I'll probably put it in. So yeah, then going on to level 3s, we have 10 Tempo, Zen Mains, Acid Golem, and Leviair. Standard. and something I'm just testing out, just for a bit more beating for game-changing aspects. It's just quite nice. And then we have the one Stardust for the Starlight Road. So yeah, that's basically it, guys. I hope you liked the deck profiles, version 2. I'll hopefully have a lot more coming up. When, obviously, this is legal next week. If you're in America, I know you've been pushed back. Sorry to hear that. Try not to hit the camera while I'm doing this. Yeah, so when this is all legal, I'll obviously have tournament deck profiles and changes and so on and so forth. But so I don't have a side deck currently, but yeah, that's basically it. So I hope you enjoyed it. Welcome to the Evilswarm format, as well as Prophecy and other stuff. And yeah, I hope you enjoy it. Like, subscribe, and comment. Cheers, guys.